welcome back to Black and Red um, movie review. This is our official movie review of Get Hard. I'm Black, he's Red. So, you seen it, rate it. What you think?
I watched it, yeah. Get Hard. It was better than I thought it'd be. I thought it was gonna be pretty bad when they first announced it. I like Kevin Hart. He's really coming up. Been on top all 5'3" of him.
It's not that short.
He's pretty short. I think it's probably accurate. Will Ferrell been hit or miss for a long time, but it's one of my favorite movies.
One of your favorite movies?
Yeah.
Which is?
Well, he's not like star of Wedding Crashers. I mean,
Okay.
he has a good role in that. Chaz. And then obviously I really like Anchorman, but lately he's been kind of missing. But this one it came together. I mean, it's a comedy, so you have to factor in and treat it like a comedy. And the plot's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen the whole time from a plot perspective. But you're not watching the movie because the plot. You're watching for the jokes. Obviously, it's a comedy. Having said that, I would give it a 7. It's a solid 7 to me. I mean, it's not. Like I said, it's not obviously a great movie. It's not 8 or higher, but it's filled with laughs throughout. I mean, if you go into the mindset, you're watching a comedy. There's a lot of jokes. Especially, I think, yeah, definitely recommend it if you like either Will Ferrell or Kevin Hart. They're 80% of the movie is just the two of them. I mean, they're switching with other characters, but 80% is literally just the two of them back and forth. So if you like either of them, you're getting a lot of screen time. It runs a little less than 2 hours. So
Hour and 32 minutes.
wow. Yeah, it didn't seem. I mean, it doesn't seem like a long time. It's definitely. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say to go see it in theaters. I don't know if you necessarily need to go to the theater to watch it. I mean, there's nothing like Avatar graphics or anything that you need to go watch that in 3D.
Watch it in
or
AMC.
or IMAX.
Watch it in AMC IMAX.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just Redbox it or watch it on demand.
I say AMC.
Yeah, the AMC it unless you don't have AMC's in your area. What's your secondary recommendation?
Ooh, Regal.
Regal. Okay.
Regal.
Can you name a third theater?
Lewis and Clark.
What? Closed.
No, there's no Lewis and Clark in Linwood. Thank you. Yeah. Continue. I know. This.
Linwood.
Yeah.
Is it really a chain though?
I don't know.
It might just be the name of that one theater.
Whatever.
You take one theater in Linwood.
Whatever.
Everyone go watch that movie in Linwood.
Whatever. Cinnabar. There's another one. Thank you.
Century.
I
Probably would recommend there. But yeah, so it's a solid 7 for me. Most surprising thing, if you've seen the trailer, to me they don't put the funniest jokes in the trailer.
That's probably good then.
It's a rare comedy I think that you see the trailer, and I watched the movie after seeing the trailer and I was like, wow, that's not actually the funniest stuff in it. There's better content that we'll get to that isn't in the trailer. And then if you see it, you'll see for obvious reasons why it's not in the trailer. But what were your thoughts on the movie?
I give it a 7.5.
Okay.
7.5, slightly above.
Right, that's solid average movie.
Yeah,
IMDb rating?
I have no idea what the IMDb rating is.
No, I'm saying in general, like 7.5, like a solid IMDb rating.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the parts catch you off guard with some of the jokes. Kevin's actually real funny in this movie. Actually, he's came out with a few movies I thought was pretty funny, like Ride Along, that was funny, and this one's actually right up there with Ride Along. It's pretty funny. Will's pretty funny in that movie. The jokes were somewhat fresh, but if you have seen Malibu's Most Wanted, what?
I don't know if this really factors in with Jamie Kennedy, man. I don't know if Jamie Kennedy needs to get mentioned in this review.
If you've seen Malibu's Most Wanted, you have seen half of Get Hard. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
not plot wise. That's what I was saying. It's not like
the,
an original
it's
plot.
It's the same. It's the same concept. The same kind of like, oh, let's get this. What, middle class?
Mayo. Mayonnaise.
White guy. Yeah, to be ready for jail or ready for the streets, whatever. But in terms of that, it's still funny. I think it's funnier than Malibu's Most Wanted. It's a funny movie. I enjoyed it. There's not much to it. I mean, the whole time I'm laughing, but yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it. But I don't give it anything above a 7.5.
Yeah, man, it's a solid movie. I mean, Let's get. Let's go into spoilers now. Let's talk details. Right off the bat, I want to say my favorite scene by far is when Kevin Hart's preparing him to fight, and he takes him to the park.
Oh yeah,
And she picks a fight with these three guys. One of the, mainly this big black guy, and he says, gives him the little finger. Oh, it's the best. They chase him. They're pissed. They chase him. He tries to climb the jungle gym.
Baby.
Oh, it's great. That scene was great to me. I laughed from beginning to end. Right when he got out the car and he approached the three guys, I was like, "Here we go."
Don't hurt my body.
Then he fights the old guy. I'll fight no. I loved it.
He got straight stuff.
He was him to be in there too. But that was my favorite scene. Favorite scene?
No. I mean, who was the better character in that movie? Like, who did you give the crown to in terms of who was saying the harder punchlines? Kevin or Will? That's the only two people in the movie. So,
I mean, Kevin was kind of the setup man for a lot of it because he had to play the straight man to Will Ferrell's kind of character who was like supposed to be a genius, but then also kind of like socially awkward. Didn't really understand people that well, so he kind of had to play the straight man to that character. But I'd still give it to Kevin. I like Kevin a lot in the movie because Will Ferrell's character would be annoying at times, but Kevin Hart's character was pretty funny throughout. I mean, he was pretty consistent and delivered most of the time. The one thing I didn't know is that Ride Along, just like in Ride Along, both of Kevin Hart's co-stars' names were James. He must like
maybe he selects those
he's
names.
Like James. The way he says, I think it plays into his style, his delivery, kind of like when he's talking to his dog. Murder.
Yeah.
It kind of plays into how he likes to deliver lines. So I think that immediately got in my head like, oh, it's the same name as from Ride Along. He says James so many times in Ride Along. He does in this too. That it kind of just kicks home. Like his name was Darnell, I think, but like I know Will Ferrell's name was James because he said it so often. It reminded me of Ride Along. But yeah, I'd give it to Kevin Hart. But I mean, they're both funny. It's not like there's a straight guy. They're both delivering jokes. I mean, but I think Kevin Hart's doing more talking to deliver jokes, where Will Ferrell's doing a lot of more physical comedy, getting beat up and stuff to get his way. But what did you think?
Well, I'll crown Kevin as well. I definitely thought he was the funny of the two in that movie, mainly because he seems so short compared to Will. And
he is really short. He's like 5'3", and Will Ferrell's like 6'5" or something crazy.
Yeah, I just think like if it was any other character playing Kevin Hart, it wouldn't be as funny. And I think like somebody like Vince Vaughn or somebody could have been just that socially awkward.
Well, Vince Vaughn doesn't play social awkward well because he's just a fast talker. He just talks.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely crown Kevin in terms of that. But my favorite scene, I would probably say when
saw his butt.
I definitely don't.
Oh, okay.
Man, he's shaped.
Twice.
That man is shaped weird, man.
I'm glad you got a good look.
Yeah, I did, man. It's a big screen. Like that man is shaped.
I'll tell you what, though, Allison Brie was looking good. I'm too skinny for you, but she was looking good.
Well, my favorite scene is probably when he was educating the gangsters in terms of how to sell the products.
Oh, you
how
was
to sell the
some
products.
economics.
It's like, yeah, man, I like a good businessman running the drug trade. So, other than that, man, I got nothing bad to say about it. I mean, it's pretty funny. I would say go see it at AMC. He says red box it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay. It was $11 or something crazy now to take two people. You get $22 already. You gotta buy popcorn. You're at like $30 already.
Oh boy.
It's definitely an hour. It's an hour and a half first off, so you're already losing bang for buck there.
It's not that long.
No, it doesn't feel long. It's a great. It goes by fast, but that's why I'm even more so. If you're not watching some long movie, it's better just to watch it at home. It's not like you're gonna get spoiled. In the meantime, that's another thing that's one I'd say you wait on because you're not gonna miss out. Like, oh, it's not like people are gonna be talking about it all the time. It's like Chappelle's show or something. Everyone's gonna be talking about it the next day. You're not missing out that bad. I will say though that first character's supposed to be this smart genius with the numbers and stuff. Did you catch the part where he assumed that Kevin Hart had been to jail?
Yeah, he said.
And then
yeah,
he said
the
one.
math-
He said one third.
The math
So I'm
was,
like,
is there 3 other guys?
so your math would lead you to say that he's not going to go. He hasn't been to jail because 2/3 you're saying haven't. But I was like, whatever. I mean, that's kind of a. It's just kind of a weird oversight when you're doing 1 out of 3.
He went with 2/3,
but
but he was thinking the 2/3 would probably be more educated and probably not talk as weird as Kevin Hart. Maybe he was doing some other kind of math.
No, he was doing straight math.
He was doing some genius math.
Straight math.
Genius math you didn't know about.
I also didn't really buy T.I. being the gang leader.
Why not? Because he's scrawny?
He's just not impressive. T.I.?
He's a real life gangster, man. That's what he does.
I mean, but he's not going to be the leader of the gang. I mean, at least with a small guy,
He's not going to be leader.
You want your small leader to be like Tupac. Like, you know Tupac's in the gym putting in work. T.I. don't look like he's...
Because he shoots.
Doing much.
He shoots. The guy got arrested so many times for having gun possession. He's a gangster. That's what he does.
Got a gun to make you the leader. Everyone has a gun. Well, it's America.
Come on, America.
Hey, what? We're not the most guns in the world?
Probably. Maybe after Russia or something.
No, we definitely have the most guns in the world. Russia controls their own people. It's like they have a lot of guns, the government, the army, but pretty much anyone off the street can have. I mean, a geek off the street can have
a geek off the street.
A dozen guns in America. Get your automatic rifle.
Well, I buy it. T.I. could be a gang leader.
I didn't really like them. She didn't really bring much to the table anyway. It's kind of my fun on T.I.
He was a celebrity. What do you want?
I just didn't really care for T.I.
I liked it.
Didn't sing anymore. What'd you think of the soundtrack?
The soundtrack was good.
Yeah, it was a good. I think all in all, it's like a solid movie. 7.5. I mean, that's both. Definitely see reviews. It's just, I mean, we disagree on whether you should go in person or wait it out.
Go see it.
But either way, I mean, you won't, unless you have really high expectations. I don't think
you have high expectations when you see the preview.
Because some people just get out of control. I mean, they just get their hopes up too much.
No, it is. It is exactly what the trailer portrays to be. 2 guys just duking it out in terms of jokes.
They could be doing it. They could be talking. It could be an hour and a half. The plot could be completely different. It'd be the same exact movie because it's all about the jokes. The plot doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it was.
That's just to give them a reason to have these 2 guys on screen together just cracking jokes.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I had anything else to say about it. I mean, it's just a solid movie. I think we touched on the characters. I mean, there was Craig T. Nelson was the bad guy, I guess. He's all right. I mean, nothing to write home about. Just there.
Yeah, I just feel like anything aside from those 2 guys
doing
random crap, it doesn't really matter.
Except Osprey was value added, in my opinion.
Sure.
Outside that, he's just kind of like, I mean, Kevin Hart's wife was kind of funny too, but she wasn't in it that long.
Yeah.
But every time she was, when he did Boys in the Hood, it was pretty funny. But
it was a world funny, man.
It's a good movie. Like I said, as always, feel free to leave your comments below. The more hateful, the better. Specifically directed towards Black.
Wow.